Welcome back, everybody. We are here. My name is Percapita, and I will be your host for the event this evening. I'm looking forward to seeing all of our racers heading around these tracks, having a good time. I hope you have a wonderful time. Ninjetti, Cyrez, Barak43, Crimson Freak, Zen Mystic, Rudnev, Pelkey, and Cat740, who are going to be showing us their skills here. And in fact, we have camera angles from many of these racers now. Pelkey, Cat740, somebody who's offline, Cyrez, and I believe Rudnev will be helping us out with camera angles, so we are going to be seeing some action from the perspective of our racers as they head on through this. Now right here we can see this is the matchup. No, I don't want to delete my version of Windows. Thank you. We'll ignore that for now. Race 1 and 2 are going to be a face-off between the first four that you can see here and then the second four we will see racing, and then we'll move on to the finals. So we are starting here with the semi-finals. We have Cyrez, Barak43, Crimson Freak, and Ninjetti, and then after that we'll be seeing Zen Mystic, Rudnev, Pelkey, and Cat740. And here we go. We are getting started. Let's go to Cyrez's view for the very beginning of this race. Starting in 1 second, and here we go. They are taking off, and Cyrez, looks like they may have gotten nudged a little bit from the back, but that little juddery movement was able to be recovered from, or didn't even really seem to affect them. They are moving out into first place here, cutting that corner very, very close. Really, and even closer on the second one. They did actually cut up against that building there to their left. In fact, they knocked their entire wing off. Hey Haramore, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the races. I hope you enjoy these high-speed class tournaments. And there we go. Cyrez, unfortunately, had to commit suicide there by crashing into a thing and has lost their first position. They have moved back into third. Let's take a quick look out here at our camera, who is on fire currently, doing an excellent job of maintaining their composure under these incredibly distressing circumstances. While they get into position, we'll head back over to Cyrez, see what's going on here, and then soon we will look back to see what's going on our observer view. Looks like Cyrez is moving back up into second position, but they have fallen a little bit behind that first position person. Let's see who that is. We have Marathos' view coming up one more time. Looks like they are observing somebody without a name there, but that's okay because we will see their wing that is very definitely on fire. And there is Barak. Oh, it looks like Barak and Ninjetti has led out to the lead, and Cyrez and Barak are the two who are definitely facing off against one another, really vying for that second and third position. And it looks like we have Ninjetti coming up to the topmost point of that large peak, and Cyrez unfortunately crashing once again, really pushing themselves hard to get into that leader position again, but it seems like possibly pushing just a little bit too hard. Here comes Ninjetti down to the bottom of your screen right now. That means that they are coming into the end of this first lap. They have 1 minute 59 seconds, just breaking that 2 minute mark. Barak43 with 2 minutes 6 seconds and 81 milliseconds. Here comes Cyrez in third place. They're going to be 2 minutes some amount of seconds. It looks like 2 minutes about 17 seconds. Yeah, probably 15 seconds and some amount of milliseconds. Let's take a look over at Cyrez's view. Oh, there we go. We did get it up there. And we lost it again. Oh, that's okay. Here is Cyrez's view. Let's see if they can make up any time here. They are trying desperately to catch up. And yes, Zygon 4, they are incredibly fast. The skill that some of these racers show. Unfortunately, there we have Cyrez once again crashing into the side. Crimson Freak also getting into a sticky situation where they are crashing there. And then here we go. We have Pelkey doing their practice run in their Argo. That's just entertaining. So we have Ninjetti still in first, Barak43 still in second, Cyrez in third, and Crimson coming up in their Archimedes in fourth position. Though they are a little bit back in the pack, they are still my favorite in my heart because, oh, I do love that ship. That is such a beautiful ship. It controls really bad as far as I've ever encountered with it, but I do really love how it looks and how it feels when you're not trying to go fast in it. Actually, even then, it's a little bit slidey. So we have Ninjetti heading up into the end of this path again. Ooh, we have some zooms coming in from our camera operator. And there's Ninjetti heading down that very, very long, steep drop just towards the end of the race here. There's the Anvil logo on the screen for some reason. And then we are getting Ninjetti. Looks like they are passing through the start line. And how are they going to do right now? Let's see their time. 1 minute 59, 74 milliseconds. I think they might have improved their time by like milliseconds. Barak 43 coming through in second place. Ninjetti unfortunately getting into some trouble there, crashing. Maybe Barak will be able to take advantage of that and start moving closer. It looks like they are really quite close in that first and second position now. Barak possibly able to take advantage. Crimson 4 minutes on their first lap, but again, such a beautiful ship. I always want to see more from the Archimedes. There we go. There we have Ninjetti heading out, still in the lead. It looks like they have taken that lead back in quite a commanding situation. These very cinematic zooms that we have coming in here from Marathos, our camera operator. Let's take a look at Cyrez's view one more time. Looks like they have moved back into third position. Maybe we'll see them pushing forward. They are definitely catching up to our second position racer there. So Barak 43 definitely needs to take a moment and really steel themselves to avoid falling behind Cyrez, but we'll see how things go in the future. Ninjetti, third lap, is actually doing quite a impressive job here. Zygon 4, never realized there is plenty of wooded planetary surface. That is true. This is a wooded planetary surface. This is over a planet that is not in the persistent universe yet, at least. I'm sure that they will be adding it at some point, or they'll be swapping it out for another one. I forget the name of this. If anybody can give us a little bit of a Google or Wiki on where Old Vanderval exists. Oh no, I don't need that. Google. It detected my voice. There we go. LS3 planet Green 1, I believe. Thank you very much, cats. All right, let's take a look back. Ninjetti is coming through at the end of the race. Barak 43 at the end of the race. 6 minutes 15 seconds. Cyrez coming in at 6 minutes 20 seconds and 70 milliseconds. Crimson Freak still pushing on there and coming through, I believe, for the end of their second lap, I believe. So, unfortunately, they are not going to finish. But, good game to all of our racers. Ninjetti, Barak 43, and Cyrez all coming through with positions. Here we have the scores and the view of Cyrez, our third place finisher. And I believe our first, second, and third racers will all be heading on to the finals. So all of our finishers here we will be seeing again. Let's head back over to watch the end of this race, where we can see everything. Ninjetti with 6 minutes, 5 seconds, 69 milliseconds. Barak 43 with 6 minutes, 16 seconds, and 86 milliseconds. And Cyrez with 6, 20, and 70. These are all quite tightly packed times. All of them are times which, with a few extra crashes in there or a few fewer crashes, are all in competition with one another. Definitely times that are ones to be threatened by if you are any of our other racers. Oh yeah, and these placements are not in the correct order. That's okay. Here we go. I missed the start of the race. There we are. We have the view of our camera, and it looks like Rudnev is taking the early lead with Zen Mystic just behind. Pelkey and Katz, both of our camera operators, falling a little bit behind. It looks like Katz is actually quite far back, but still just behind Pelkey there, looking to catch up. And actually, I say quite far back, but they're all very close to one another. These are all very skilled racers, and look at them boosting around these corners. Doing quite a good job. Let's see if I can't get some audio from one of them so that we can hear what's going on. Let's listen to Pelkey. Oh, or let's not listen to Pelkey. Since apparently I don't have any audio here. That is okay. So I don't know if you could hear that or not, but that's fine. We will take a look back up here at the rankings. It looks like Rudnev is still in first, coming around not towards the end of the race yet, but probably into the middling section of this lap. And let's take a look over at Pelkey, who is in second position now, definitely able to move up, and they are coming around into the just about to head into that long spiraling curve that goes way up into the north. And we have Simila, a huge fan of Pelkey here, a huge fan of the Swiss, who apparently Pelkey is one of. So we are having them come into that tall path heading up into the sky. And let's take a look. Where is our placements here? It looks like Rudnev is going to be coming down. There we go. You can see at the left side of our screen, Rudnev is coming down towards the end of this lap, and we'll see what their time is very, very shortly. Rudnev, first lap with 1 minute 58 seconds and 36 milliseconds, really competing for that time with the previous racer, and the lap time for Pelkey is going to be 2 minutes 11 seconds and 9 milliseconds, and there goes Katz in that 350R, pushing out just in front of them, taking that second position. Maybe they will be fighting over this position for a little while here, and maybe one of them or both of them will manage to catch up to Rudnev. Let's switch on over, in fact, to Katz's view, because they are in that second position. We cannot see Rudnev out in front of them, so it looks like Rudnev probably has quite a commanding lead here, really doing quite well for themselves. Not even visible as they come around the longer curves. Here, let's see if we can see them out front here. And we could just have the smallest little glimpse of Rudnev there, far, far out in the lead, really taking a very commanding lead here. Rudnev with 158, Katz 740 with 211.03, Zen Mystic with 213.96, and Pelkey with 211. So they are really quite close to one another. I don't know why that bracket was in that order. I think that I read those in the wrong order, or they were the wrong numbers, because Pelkey should not. Oh, yes. Okay, so Pelkey has dropped back to fourth position, but they did have 211.09, only 6 milliseconds splitting them off from Katz, but unfortunately they did drop back a little bit further. Let's take a look back at Katz's view as they head through this curve, and they actually have made up quite a lot of time on Rudnev. You can see Rudnev just in front of them, the representative from Rustech here in this race, still holding on to that lead, but they definitely have a Katz hot on their tails. This is kind of like a cat and dog chase, but, you know, a little bit backwards, and Katz versus Rudnev. Here we go. Let's take a look back up at the sky view from our observer up there in the sky. We have... Oh, it looks like that was Zen Mystic. My mistake. It looks like Zen Mystic has now moved into second place, with Katz just behind them, with Rudnev still holding that lead, but it is getting a little bit shorter. Rudnev, that was Pelkey and Zen Mystic. I don't know how I'm doing this, but that's okay. Katz improving their time 2 minutes, 7 seconds and 7 milliseconds. Zen Mystic also improving their time 2 minutes, 12 seconds. And then we have fourth place Pelkey still coming in hot. Let's see if we can see on Katz's view here. I was observing the wrong individual. If we can see on Katz's view here how things are going. It looks like they are starting to slowly catch up to somebody. Or maybe not. I thought that I saw a red marker there, but I suppose. There we go. The very cool barrel rolls through that shorter but still slightly straighter section of the race. Here we go. We have the view of Pelkey coming in, and they are still trying to catch up to Zen Mystic here, just behind them, and hopefully, for them at least, we will see some jostling for position there. And we have Cyrez down in the bottom right-hand corner, observing us, watching the races. And here we go. Rudnev looks like they are still, they are far out in the lead, turning around that long, long, long spiral up into the sky. And Katz, 740, coming in behind them. Not super close, but they are starting to get there. Rudnev heading down towards the end of their first lap, and Pelkey unfortunately getting into some trouble, crashing into an object of some description. And there is Rednev coming through with the end of that lap. So we will see their time in just a moment. It looks like they finished the race out at 5 minutes and 53 seconds, 47 milliseconds. Cat 740 starting to head down towards the end there. Looks like they will be heading that direction in a couple of seconds, coming around that last sharp curve before they can straighten out and just head straight through to the end. Let's take a look at their perspective as they do that. Here we have the nice barrel rolls through to the end until they fly upside down, and of course you got to drift through that end if you can. Here is Pelkey view, and Pelkey is, of course, having had run into some troubles in the race. They are going to be coming through, and it looks like they are finishing in 4th place with 6 minutes, 41 seconds, 64 milliseconds. Let's take a look at all of these times. Rednev coming through in 1st place with 5:53, 47 milliseconds. Cats pushing back up to 2nd place with 6 minutes, 22 seconds, and 7 milliseconds. Zen Mystic, 6 minutes, 34 seconds, and 51 milliseconds. And then Pelkey bringing up the rear with that one collision, that one explosion towards the end that really did harm them, with 6 minutes, 41 seconds, and 64 milliseconds. So Rednev, with their quite commanding lead throughout this whole race, in fact, they are leading the entire pack with that 1st place position in this race, and their time is good enough to push them into the 1st place across all competitors, I believe. Let's take a look to see if we are able to take a look at our scores. I do not believe that we are, but I believe we will be seeing Rednev, Cat 740, and Zen Mystic facing off against our victors of the previous race.
Over 50 years ago, we set out to help Origin Jumpworks go farther. In that time, we learned things. A lot of things. With partners like Origin, we've gone farther than we ever could have imagined. Altama Hydrogen Plus. Where will it take you?
One thing that I would like to mention now is I have been advertising and asking for camera crew, camera operators from our fans here. If you would like to participate with us in these racing tournaments, you always are welcome to. Please just let us know that you're interested in being a camera operator for our future tournaments. And here we go, we do have the race starting. Let's take a look at Cats. They are out at the beginning of the pack, and we will quickly switch over to, Pelkey View, who has Cyrez, who has already taken off. Here we have Cyrez. Sorry, was I saying Pelkey? I meant Cyrez the entire time. Here is Cyrez coming through just behind 2 other M50s. This is such a beautiful view. They look like just bugs floating in the wind and getting so close to one another. Let's see how Cats is doing here. It looks like they have once again fallen back a little bit right behind Barrack 43 here. But once again, you can see just in front of them the entire pack, and Barrack 43 looks like they got into a little collision there with the ring and crashed and possibly exploded. Cyrez moving into 1st place. It is absolutely a trip watching Cyrez fly. They are so incredibly fast, but all of these racers are fast. Here we go, look at them cutting through these very, very narrow passages. it's not just the speed you need to think about with these racers, it is also the maneuverability of these ships and their ability to control them, because look at that, Rudnev trying to catch up to Cyrez, but just unable to do so because they did crash into a building. This is what you got to be very, very careful about in these kind of races. They are such a significant challenge for our racers to participate in. Let's take a look back at Cat 740 here. Spinning around. Oh, they look like they have dropped just behind Barrack 43 once again. But they are certainly still in contention with Barrack and the other racers just in front of them. Let's take a look up here at our wide view of everything. Cyrez still in the lead. Ninjetti just behind. And then Rudnev dropping into third position due to that explosion. Barrack 43 and Cat 740 trading fourth and fifth position. And then Zen Mystic bringing up the rear. Looks like we will have some first lap times coming up soon, and there we go. There's Cyrez with 2 minutes, 0 seconds, and 59 milliseconds. 3 seconds later, almost. Ninjetti with 2:02:35. Rudnev with 2 minutes, 5 seconds, and 93 milliseconds. Barrack 43, 2 minutes, 9 seconds, and 88 milliseconds. Those are top four, all within 10 seconds of each other. Very impressive. Cat 740 at 2:12:90, and Zen Mystic 2:19:05. That is all of our racers within 20 seconds of each other, all finishing that first lap in great time to potentially have every single one of them complete the race entirely. This is a very tight race between us, and here we have the view of the leader, Cyrez, doing such an impressive job. Let's see if we can get some audio here from them. Let's turn this down a little bit, though. There we go. We have the sound of the race coming out. You can hear the breathing of these racers really kind of pushing themselves to the limit here. And then they come up through checkpoint 14 here for this leader, Cyrez. They are coming around and back. This is really getting into the tail end of this lap. Let's silence that one there again for a moment as we take a look at everybody. Here we have the view of Marathos focusing in on Cyrez, and it looks like Ninjetti and Rudnev are vying for second and third position there, and heading up towards the top of that long, long spiral, trying to catch up to Cyrez. Here in fourth position, it looks like we might have, there's Barrack 43 in fourth position still. Not a whole lot of changing for these individuals, positions at least. Cat 740 also making it into that long upward spiral. Zen Mystic also right in there. So really all of these racers are in contention for positions and for possibly medaling and getting some sort of reward. Cyrez beating their time with 1:55:42. Ninjetti also beating their time, 1:58:16. Ninjetti unfortunately dropping back behind Rudnev there. And here we go with the end of our second lap. Everybody's coming through, and there's Zen Mystic bringing up the rear. Cat 740 just in front of them. Cyrez still holding on to that lead, and look at them flying sideways around these corners, just drifting as far as they can. Controlling that drift is so important and such a challenging thing to do. Here they go. They are coming around this corner here and heading into the 10th. I believe, yes, the 10th ring on the track. Let's switch over and take a look over at our 350R here, falling quite a ways back, Cat 740, unfortunately, but still holding on to that position with Barrack 43 and trying to catch up. Thank you very much for that follow there, Pelkey, and I missed the first one, but thank you very much for all of that. What happened to Marathos? Marathos crashed. Oh no, we don't have our timekeeper anymore. That's okay. Let's look at these Cat's Cam as they are heading through, and it looks like Zen Mystic committed suicide. Marathos left the game. And here we go. We have Cyrez still in the lead, coming through towards the last quarter of this race, the last third really, as they go into the long spiral up into the sky. This is really just my favorite part of this, these long sweeping turns, but with the maneuverability and the angles that you can put straight lines in between them. It just takes that skill to be able to weave your way in between the buildings. It looks like we are looking for a new computer. Here we go, Cyrez coming through with their end of the race with 5 minutes, 53 seconds, 40 milliseconds. Congratulations to Cyrez coming through in first. Rudnev in second with 5:58, and we have that very impressive explosion from Cyrez. Let's see if we can get Cyrez to bring up that scoreboard for us so we can see the times. Ninjetti in third place, 6 minutes 1 seconds 51 milliseconds, and then it looked like Barak 43 was coming in next with possibly Cats coming in afterwards. There they are. There's Cats heading down. Looks like they are actually not all that far behind. Oh, they are a little ways behind Barak 43, but that's okay. We will watch them come through to the end of this race. And Samila, yes, we have had some issues. You could say that today. But that is all right. We will see how this turns out for everybody. Here is the ending positions of all of our racers. Cyrez with 5:53, so congratulations to Cyrez, our winner. We are going to have Rudnev in second with 58 milliseconds, 5 minutes 58 seconds. Congratulations to our winners in that final. Is that Cyrez that I just heard?
Yes.
Ah, excellent. Hello. Welcome to the interview circle. Congratulations on your win today. How are you feeling after your race?
I'm extremely glad. I'm feeling pretty. I'm not sure how to tell it. It's again pretty lucky. I had a bad start with the half final, and I crashed like 4 or 5 times in that race. So I thought, oh, what could be the next race? And yeah, and I had it was a pretty awesome race. I had a touch at the beginning with someone, so I made some kind of a strange maneuver then, and so for some reason I got the lead, maybe after half of the map, but I felt pressure all the time because I heard, I think it was Najedi or Rudnev, I'm not totally sure, who was always behind me, extremely near.
Yes, I did notice that. There were some times that were really, really quite hairy for you through those races. So, but you managed to pull through. How does it feel right at the beginning of the race when you do get into one of those collisions? Because I know it really can affect the entire rest of the race for you.
Yes, it can, but you can't. It's something which happens by accident. It's not what you can control. So you have just to watch that you don't get it the push too hard, that you crash into a building or something like that. You have, if it happens, and then you have to see that you can brake fast enough and that you can get back on track pretty fast. So I made a strange maneuver there. So it's not like I tried to accelerate directly to the next checkpoint. I did something like 360 before, but just because I knew that if I don't do that, I will end up being somewhere in a building.
Oh, wonderful. Well, it certainly worked out for you in the end, and you managed to get back in there pretty well. So
yeah, a good start is always pretty. I'm missing words today. I'm a bit of tired, I guess. It's urgent to get a good start if you want to win a race.
Absolutely. Changing tack a little bit here. Thinking about electronic access, the part of Star Citizen that we do all of these races in, what's something that you would like to see added soon or next to electronic access that you think would improve racing, or that you would just like to see?
Overall, I wouldn't say that we need more modes. We need bug fixes. They're pretty urgent because there's a lot of stuff which isn't working, and we had extremely fun on patches where it worked. So we had patches where Star Marine was awesome, we had patches where dogfighting was awesome, and we had patches where racing was awesome. And to go back to that feeling, we need just bug fixes. New modes are a nice add-on, like racing. You could do modes where you can race the tracks backwards, for example, which may be an easy way to get new tracks which we can fly, or something which would be awesome would be atmospheric flights, which because it's different now in the new flight model. But primarily, I'm for bug fixes.
You hear that, CIG? This is what we need from the voice, from the mouth of a racing champion. Well, thank you very much, Cyrez. Is there any last things you would like to say to your fans before we take off?
Yeah, thank you for watching and for participating on the Star Racing event. It's always nice to have people here, and if more racers are here and more people are watching the stream and are active in chat, it's more fun for the racers, for the moderators, and for the whole team. So thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you very much. Great words from both of our winners. Congratulations once again, both to Cyrez and to Airsci. I hope that you have wonderful days, and I hope to see you again soon on the track.
Okay.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And as we come back, we are going to be taking off relatively soon here. Thank you all so much for being here with us today. Thank you to all of our sponsors, all of the staff who help us out. This has been a great day. I hope that you had a good day, and everything improves all the time. Hey there. If you enjoyed that and you feel like you still need some adrenaline in your system, feel free to check us out over there at our Twitch, our Twitter, our YouTube, and on our website. Enjoy the races.